What up, it's Johnny, and thanks for watching. Um, Excuse my voice because I'm kind of sick right now. I don't want to make this really long, I really don't. I never do, but Um, again, sorry for the weird, like, close-ups and everything. Sorry. I forget just, like, how small this thing is, so, topic, um, my dating pool, and my expectations for my dating pool. Um, to be honest, I either expect, in my mind, and I know, oh god, I'm sick right now. Like I said, I know that my expectations and what may actually be are different things, but I mean, a boy can dream, can he? A guy can dream. Because I don't know the future, I'm only left to wonder. So this is basically all my mind has for me. As far as my dating pool, obviously, for this guy, women, women, but either, and it boils down to literally just this right now. Reasons, I have a few, but it is what it is, really. Um, Either heterosexual women, possibly bisexual women, or pansexual slash panromantic women. Hopefully, pansexual, because, you know, I'd like to have sex. And I know that panromantic women, it's not like they can't have sex, right? I know that. Um, but, I don't want sex to have to be like, you know, like a conditioned kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like something that has to be like negotiated. No, because you know what I'm saying. Like I have a sex drive. You know what I'm saying? Like this boy loves to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Settling like that would be settling in my mind. Having to negotiate and compromise just like that. Um, so I'm just being straightforward honest, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that with, you know, majority of panromantic women or pansexual women, you know, sex is something that has to be negotiated. But I'm just saying. Okay. The reason why I think, you know, my priority basically is a heterosexual woman. I guess because probably it's that way because of like the societal thing, like, it's just here I am, a man with a woman, in gender and biologically. It, it just, I think it does, it has to do with that societal thing, like, it's always been crammed that it's man and woman for me, woman and man, whatever. Um, and it's like, that's like the most basic relationship. And I only see it as the most basic, most simple, like go-to type relationship because like I said, that's been crammed, you know what I'm saying, in my head. And there's nothing I can do about it. Like I've said it before, these rigid systems, they're always going to be in my head. Um, anyway, I just, in a way, it's not just because of society, but it would make me feel like I am in a bit more of a, hang on, I'll hope for this, but it would make me feel like I'm in a more, typical relationship. And see, even with just having those feelings and being aware of them, I'm not 100% for the feelings, like the reasons for wanting, heterosexual women. No, I'm not 100% completely for it because I know that these are biased. I do, but I mean, it is what it is right now. It's just, anyway, those are reasons why I would want to date one heterosexual woman. That's like my ultimate, like, preferred. Oh, fuck. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate being sick like this. Your eyes are watering and messing and burning. Your nose is burning because you've been rubbing it so much. And it's just, water in your eyes you can't see. And just, anyway, whatever. Now, a bisexual woman, yeah, possibly. And I say possibly, that's like a middle ground. That's like in between heterosexual and a possibly pansexual woman for me. That's bisexual women are a possibility in my mind that I see right now, that like I imagine. Like I said, I don't know what's gonna be, but this is like what I imagine. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how it's gonna be. Um, well, I mean, okay, so they're capable of liking both sexes, both genders, and you know, among all the other genders that are out there. You know what I'm saying? Um, with knowing that, I feel like I have a pretty fair shot because, all right, so I'm a guy, right? So a girl who's bisexual and, you know, obviously she's capable of liking men, she would be drawn to me because the masculinity and because I'm a man. But maybe I feel like I'd still have a pretty great shot in the window as far as, you know, her comfort levels and her pleasure because, well, I'd probably still have, you know, more um, female anatomy, you know, more lean towards female anatomy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think, um, that's why I would think that bisexual women could work. Um, like I said, who knows? I don't know. Um, and I know that, you know, we hear this, you know, a lot in the queer community, and I'd say bisexuals, you know, I'd say the most, or like bi gender people, you know, whatever. You know, the best of both worlds, right? In a way, I kind of resonate with that phrase. I'm not a bisexual woman, I'm not a bisexual guy, but I mean, I see how it kind of fit with me and a bisexual woman dating me because, like I said, I'm a man, so she gets the part of the man with me. But in a way, because of, you know, the limitations of my physical, you know, crap, you know, it's kind of like, you know, as far as sex, well, I mean, I just, and even though this kind of strikes a little bit like dysphoria in me, because it's like, I don't want to be seen or recognized like in any way, like the slightest way of being feminine. But I mean, I'm kind of limited with my biology, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I guess I'm kind of afraid that either way, she would still probably end up seeing me as a female. And that's why I say it's like the best of both worlds to her. And I don't know. I don't know this woman. I haven't even met the girl yet. Like I said, there's just like my imaginations. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what she'll think. Um, but that's why I see bisexuals possibly being an option. Um, Pansexual women. Um, you know, I don't know if I said panromantic either. Um, I'd say more of a pansexual than panromantic because, you know, my understanding is mainly panromantic, you know, you're capable of having romantic relationships versus sexual relationships with, you know, basically almost anyone. And I don't mean there's like a room full of people and like you like everyone. No, no. But a wide variety of people, whether they're bi gender, whether they're aromantic, whether they're transgender, whether they're heterosexual, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a very, very wide range. And again, not saying pan romantics, you know, panromantic people can't have sexual relations. No, of course not. Of course not. From my understanding, that's not true. Just because you're panromantic, you can definitely have sexual relations and good feels and everything, you know, from your relations. That's great, cool. You know, like I'm not panromantic, but I am just saying that I would mainly want to go for a pansexual woman because, you know, if you're pan romantic, then, and if your main focus, if your main drive isn't sex, well, that's not gonna work because, you know, I like sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do have a drive for sex. I have a sex drive. And it's just not gonna work if it has to be, like, negotiated with or something, or, you know, something that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying out there. You know what I'm saying, you know? Like, something that has to be kind of put on the table, like, once every 3 months, you know what I'm saying, when you finally give in and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we can do it. No, I mean, that's not how I want it to be. It's not going to make me feel good, you know. And I wouldn't want to put someone through that, like they have to give it to me. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not how it should be. You know what I'm saying? I have a sex drive, you should have a sex drive as well. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't have to be on the same level, but you know what I'm saying? We gotta have sex. And if your main focus isn't sex, well, I can't date you. I just can't. I just can't. A pansexual woman, mainly, and I'm saying that, you gotta be truthful. Like I said, like, people, they want to be nice, they want to beat around the bush, and I mean, trans guys, I feel like someone beat around the bush. No, if it's harsh that I said I didn't want to, my main focus isn't, or my main aim isn't to date a panromantic woman. I'm sorry, but that's me. You gotta like what you like. You gotta say your preferences. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? That may change in the future. I really don't know. I doubt it, but I mean, hey, that's not my drive. But there are plenty of people in the world who have that drive. So go look for those people. But I'm not one of those people. I like sex. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really do. Really do. I didn't have to do all that. But I didn't have to do all that. Pansexual women are another option on my list because, as far as like my dating pool, I think, because like I said, they have a wide range. They have the capability to like, well, a wide variety of people, and including that, spectrum, umbrella, list of people, whatever, bucket list, I guess, whatever, are transgender people. Now, it may depend on the person. Believe it or not, it may depend on the pansexual person. I know definitions may say one thing, but I may come across a woman who, she likes, basically everyone except for transgender people. You know what I'm saying? So it just really depends on, the person. But I feel like I would still have a shot with a pansexual woman. And plus, regarding sex, I don't feel like it would be, now, a pansexual woman versus a heterosexual woman, I feel like it will be less of a shock, and it'll be less of a shock for the pansexual woman, because you're already used to like a wide variety, or at least their mind is already open sexually to a wide variety of people. You know what I'm saying? Versus a heterosexual woman, I can't imagine it. And the only way I can imagine is if I'd have to kind of ease her into things, ease her into having sex with me. You know what I'm saying? Easing her in to not say certain things. Like, oh, let me touch you here. No. You don't call it that. Don't call it that. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me like that. I mean, I probably still have to have that talk like with a pansexual woman, but at least I feel like there's more knowledge there, laid with, laid, talking about that. There's more knowledge there, because, with the pansexual one, because they're already queer in some way, so they're already kind of a part of the queer community, part of queer branches. They probably know other queer people, like, queer is our world, you know what I'm saying? It is. So we probably learn about all different kinds of people. You know what I'm saying? Versus a heterosexual woman, I just feel like her knowledge would be kind of limited. And, plus, like I said, even though I may appear with my physical limitations, if certain things don't match up, I wouldn't want to spend a lot of time sexually feeling like I have to coach and teach, my woman, like, about me down there and how to please me, and having to, ease her into things. And it just, what I'm saying? It's embarrassing for me. It's dysphoric for me. I don't want to have to talk about it because I don't want to have to be reminded about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, communication, that's kind of what you have to do, with sex and everything, with anyone who you're with. But I mean, it's just a little bit, it's just a bit too much for me. I guess that makes me squeamish. But, yeah, it's just it. I mean, I feel like with a pansexual woman, at least, it'd be a bit more wider variety. Less painful. Less painful for me. Less of a shock, because I feel like a heterosexual woman go in with certain expectations of me down there, and then if I don't meet those expectations, then she's kind of bummed, and then I'm bummed that she's bummed, and then I feel bummed about myself like 100%.